Well, hello and welcome to QuipCon. Have this Bunn dual coffee maker. We've kind of got it apart now. You can see inside, see everything's there. There's a tag here that says make sure thermostat is off. Now pull left until water has filled the tank. Now what that means is you don't want to plug this in, have this thermostat all the way to high, have the elements cranking and no water in there. So when you receive this, it's going to be in the off position. You need to get it plugged in, water hooked to it, and the tank will fill then. Then you can turn it up to the temperature you desire. I'm going to plug it in right now, and let me set the camera down here. I'll just put it right on the water valve because that's what's going to come on when we plug it in. You won't get to see much, but you'll be able to hear the water flowing in. All right, there we go. It's plugged in, and the tank is filling. Now, the next part of the video, I'm going to shut it down, let it fill. You only have to do this the first time. As long as you leave it hooked to the water, you don't drain it out, it's going to have water in it. But it's very important that the elements aren't running while it's filling. So I'm going to shut the camera off now, and when it's full, I'll show you how well it works. Well, hello and welcome back to part 2 of Dual Bunn Coffee Maker, the continuing saga. It's getting very exciting. The reservoir has filled with water. Well, I don't know if that's exciting or not, but let me show you what is up here. This is exciting. Now keep in mind we haven't cleaned this yet, so this has come in. We've replaced the parts that needed to be replaced. We replaced all of these little hose clamps there. As you can see in those little black hose clamps. Some of those were cracked, some of them weren't, but we replaced them all anyway, just in case, just to be thorough. This is the elements. They're right here. This is the water sensor. This is the overflow, little overflow with a little tube down there in case, something goes wrong. There's the contactor. And these little water valves here, that has to do with adjusting the flow into the pot. Now those are supposed to be factory adjusted. There's even a little tag here that says don't turn this handle. So don't turn that handle. And right now our ready lights are on, but actually we're not ready. The reason those are on is because it's not heating, and the reason it's not heating is because we have the thermostat turned down. I'm going to turn the thermostat up. You'll see that ready light go out. You hear the contactor click in. Now when it gets up to temperature, those ready lights will come back on. Whenever they come back on, then we're ready to make coffee. Now remember, this is just the first time setup. Once you get this set up, you leave the water line hooked to it, you leave the electric turned on, and it's ready for hot, delicious coffee when you are. Show you a few things up here. Here's the adjustments for how long that it will run. Now that's kind of important because depending upon water pressure, you might get water coming out a little bit faster, a little bit slower. Now remember, this is the one-time setup. You got to do this with coffee makers to get it to work right. That's just normal. We've got minutes here for I guess that is the half gallon, and this one here is the gallon, and this one here is the gallon and a half. So right now it is set to run for 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes, and that should make a half gallon of coffee. This one is set to run about 3.5, and this one is set about 5.5. So those will make the gallon and the gallon and a half respectively. And this one is set similarly, which they really would be because water pressure is going to be the same on both. So like I said, it's first time setup. You probably don't even have to adjust those unless of course it overflows, but it's recommended. Put a pot under there. Turn it on. If it's way more than a half gallon, just turn it down a little bit. I know this sounds complicated. There's a book. It's not complicated. We just want you to know what you're getting before you get it, so you're not surprised. And we want you to know that everything's there and everything works. All right. Well, once it gets back up to temperature, we're going to start part 3 of this video. Probably the final epic on our saga. And by the time it's done, we're not going to have hot coffee, but we will have hot water. Very, very exciting. All right, we have the green light. Now remember, we went through a lot here to get this hooked up, but this is the first time only. If you leave this thing plugged in, and you come into your place in the morning, this green light's going to be on. It's going to meet you there. It's going to say welcome. All you got to do is put coffee grounds in me and push a couple buttons, and you're going to have coffee. You don't have to pour water in the top of me. You don't have to beg me. You don't even have to be nice to me. You can come in and be grouchy and crabby, and I will make you coffee. That's how lovable the Bunn Dual is. This is where we put the grounds. We do not have coffee grounds here, believe it or not, because the people in the office have one of those frou-frou one cup things. You know, they're a little better than us. So we don't have the grounds, so you're just going to have to pretend that there's grounds in there. But everybody knows if you run hot water through coffee grounds, you're going to get coffee. Now these, first of all, let me show you these. These are the new rubber grommets that we put in the top. Well, they're not rubber, they're actually silicone. Very nice. So we put those in, and that's one part that we replaced also. We have these new lids. These are going to be new in the bag when you get it. So these will, you see, these won't tighten down. They got one of the pieces is broke off the bottom, so we got two brand new lids for you. Let me show you how it works. We're going to turn it on. See the little light comes on? Pretty little light. That means that the warmer is on. And then to start it, all we have to do is push the button. And there we go. All right, I'll show you on this side. Now we do have the other pot here. It's right down here. And grab it. Let me show you. There it is. We're not trying to fool you. There are two. 1, 2. But I'm going to put this little bowl here so you can actually see the water coming out and seeing what it's doing. Turn the warmer on and hit start. And there we go. Now this one is set for 1 gallon, and this one is actually also set for 1 gallon, so we should get a gallon of water out of this, and then it'll shut off. Now our water pressure might not be the same as it is elsewhere, and the timing might be off, so we might have to adjust it, but we already know how to do that because I already showed you that. It's still running over here. Now this is how your setup's going to look. You're going to have this nice little dispenser here with the half gallon, gallon, and gallon and a half marker. You got water there. I don't know if you can, you can kind of see it. See right there is where the water level is. So if this was coffee, obviously it'd be brown. It'd be easier to see. But you can see it's rising. It's going up. More water that goes in here, the more water down here. Alright, even though this is exciting, for some reason I feel the call of nature, so we're going to wrap it up right here. If you want to see pictures of this, which I'm sure you do, it's going to be nice and clean and ready to go. Check out our website. It is www.quipcon.com. And any questions about this or any other equipment that you see on our site, you can give us a call. Our phone number is 636-583-8200.